So today we are starting a new chapter, and in this new chapter, which is called as breathing and exchange of gases. Okay, this is the second chapter of human physiology, and in this chapter, first there is some introduction or definition of what is respiration, what is breathing. We know that what is respiration. The definition we all know, that the exchange of gases that occurs between the cells and the outer atmosphere, is not it? Cells produces CO2, that CO2 the cell releases in the outer atmosphere, and from the outer atmosphere it takes oxygen. Now if you ask me, sir, why cells takes oxygen? Cells takes oxygen because cell needs to produce what? Energy inside it. In order to produce energy, it will have to break some food components. In order to break those food components, it will need some oxygen. You have studied a formula in your 9, 8, 9, 10, I guess, glucose. The most common food that our cells likes to eat is glucose, C6H12O6. How can a cell break this C6H12O6? It can break it with the help of oxygen. 6O2 plus 6O2. What does it gives? It gives us ATP, it gives us water, and it gives us CO2. So whenever the cell is going to utilize oxygen in order to break any kind of food components, during that process, CO2 will be produced inside the cell, which cell does not need. So cell will release that CO2 outside into the outer atmosphere, and from the outer atmosphere it will take oxygen inside, is not it? That is the respiratory exchange that will occur, and that respiratory exchange is called as breathing or respiration. Okay, which animal does what kind of respiration? That we have already discussed when we talked about animal kingdom, is not it? In sponges we have seen that the cells, sponges, coelenterate, टिनोफोरा, है ना, इन लोगों में हम लोग इनमें हमने क्या देखा? That the cells does the direct exchange of gases from the surrounding water, is not it? When we come little bit upper, at that time we see that the respiration is occurring with the help of skin in earthworm, Annelida, is not it? Respiration is occurring with the help of skin. Skin was moist. We studied about earthworm. We come little bit more ahead in arthropoda. We have seen the respiratory exchange occurs with the help of gills, tracheal system, book gills, book lungs, is not it? जितना ऊपर आते जाएंगे उतना क्या होगा? बेटर होते जाएगा. From amphibia level we will see there is present what? Lungs. In frog we have seen lungs is there. Reptile, birds, mammals, lungs is present, is not it? So these are present in the introductory part of the chapter. Then comes the human respiratory system, which we need to discuss mainly, that how come a human does the breathing, what are the organs associated in the breathing purpose. So in human respiratory system we will get two parts. Okay, there are many divisions that are done in human respiratory system on different basis. So here we are, as we are going to understand the parts of our body which is assisting in respiration, in the process of breathing, we need to understand that. We will discuss one by one what are those parts of our body one by one which helps in respiration. Just in a similar way how we did the digestion. From mouth we went to pharynx, from pharynx we went to esophagus, then stomach, intestine, like that. Here also we will do the same. We will follow the same pattern. From the top to bottom we will reach the lungs, and we will see what parts are there in that helps in making the air to reach the lungs, or in order to assist in giving out that expiration, giving out that air that we expire out, is not it? So in human respiratory system, here we will get respiratory passage and respiratory organ. When we talk about respiratory organ, we are indicating directly the organ which is responsible for our breathing purpose, that is lungs, is not it? And whenever you breathe with the help of lungs, this is called pulmonary respiration. So respiratory organ, lungs, respiratory passage are the structures which are located inside our body in order to make the air to reach the lungs, or in order to make the air to come out from the lungs. Okay, so what are the structures which is present in respiratory passage, that we will see. And today in this video we will discuss only this much: what are the structures present in respiratory passage, and what is the basically what is the anatomy of the lungs, is not it? What are the cells, how a lung looks, that is what we will discuss today in the processes that will start from the next class. So structures involved in respiratory passage. Okay, what are the structures present? We will go from the top to bottom. Bottom में हम लोग को last में lungs मिलेगा. सो सबसे पहले क्या मिल रहा है, एक्सटर्नल नेयर्स, और यू कैन ऑल्सो कॉल इट एज एक्सटर्नल नोस्ट्रिल्स, और देखे यहाँ पे नोस्ट्रिल्स भी लिख के रख सकते हो. What are these external layers? These are these two holes of our nose through which the air enters or the air leaves. Is not it? The holes of our nose opening. ठीक है? The holes of our nose opening out above the upper lips. This is our upper lips. इसके ऊपर these are the holes. It represents the first part of the respiratory passage. So the last point through which the air will come out from our respiratory system is external layers. The first point through which the air will go inside our respiratory system is external layers. Okay, so we are talking about these two holes. Now these two holes will lead to a chamber which is present. So it will lead to a chamber. एक सेकंड में देख लेता हूँ फ्रेम ठीक है कि नहीं. हाँ ठीक है. It will lead to a chamber which is located over here underneath this bone. We have a bone over here. Inside this bone we have two chamber of two nasal passage. Is not it? इसका भी एक चैम्बर यहाँ पे है, इस होल का भी एक चैम्बर यहाँ पे है. This chamber is called as nasal chamber which is protected by our nasal bone. This is the nasal bone which is protecting our nasal chamber. Okay, so what is this nasal chamber? What are the things present in this nasal chamber and what are the functions? This is very important. बहुत क्वेश्चन nasal chamber से पूछा जाता है. क्यों, ये अभी समझ में आएगा. So nasal chamber, it is lined by respiratory epithelium. Okay, so there is a epithelium present inside and that epithelium is called as respiratory epithelium. What are the cells present in this respiratory epithelium? Pseudostratified, we have discussed about it. Ciliated columnar cells. So pseudostratified ciliated columnar cells. Ciliated, cilia क्या करता है, unidirectional movement. इसलिए हमको जब भी सर्दी होता है, that सर्दी moves in a unidirectional way or not, it will come out. बार बार सर्दी नाक में जब आता है, it tends to come out or it tends to go inside. So either it comes out like this or it goes inside like that. So who is doing that movement of the mucus inside our nose? This cell, goblet cell, which will release mucus. है ना, हमारे नाक में सर्दी आता है, that is mucus. And who releases mucus? Goblet cell will do that. There is another gland present, multicellular gland, which will also release mucus in our nose. That is called as Bowman's gland. About this gland and about the mechanism of nose, we will study them in the chapter neural control and coordination. Okay, अभी के लिए बस जान लो कौन क्या करता है. ये म्यूकस का मूवमेंट देता है, ये दोनों म्यूकस का रिलीज करता है इनसाइड आवर नेसल चैम्बर. ओके, sensory cells are present to detect the smell. Is not it? Olfactoreception, olfactoreceptors, bearing cell, olfactoreceptor bearing cell are the sensory cell. Okay, which are bipolar neuron. We have also discussed about this. These sensory cells are some bipolar neuron which is present in our respiratory epithelium. And what do they do? Being in that epithelium, they do olfactoreception, that is smell ka reception. This epithelium is highly vascularized. Why highly vascularized? Because this epithelium has different types of cell doing different kind of function. When cells does function, the cell will need oxygen, the cell will need energy. And who will supply those oxygen and energy to these cells? Our blood. Hence highly vascularized माने ये epithelium के आसपास बहुत ज़्यादा blood vessels present है. क्योंकि ये epithelium highly functional है, तो इस epithelium को highly functional state में रखने के लिए there will have to be a higher supply of nutrients and gases nearby that epithelium, and that is why this epithelium is highly vascularized. Now, what is the function of this nasal chamber? Why did I say that many question comes from this nasal chamber? Because if you discuss about the functions of nasal chamber, there you will get many functions. Three functions mainly, where the first function is that it reduces, you can say it adds moisture to the inspired air. Is not it? Sometimes it happens that the air which we inspire is a very dry kind of air. It does not has any kind of moisture present, any kind of water present in it. Under that circumstances, this kind of air, it can dry our respiratory passage. Okay, in order to overcome such things, our nasal chamber, it always has some kind of dampness. It always have a little bit of moisture present in it, and whenever the air will pass through it, it will add that moisture into that air, so that the respiratory passage does not get dry. Okay, that is first point. Second point, we know that mucus is sticky in nature. So this mucus which will be released by the goblet cell and Bowman's gland inside the nasal chamber, what this mucus is going to do? This mucus will trap what? Dust particles. So the mucus will also act as a filter. So mucus, we can write mucus traps the dust particles. Is not it? Number 3 is not it? सीलिया, ये एक मूवमेंट भी देता है एज वेल एज ये सीलिया क्या कर सकता है? फिल्ट्रेशन भी दे सकता है कि नहीं? जो एयर हमारे नाक के अंदर जाता है, इट कैन ऑल्सो फिल्टर दैट एयर एज वेल एज हमारे नाक के नेसल चेंबर के अंदर क्या प्रेजेंट है? नाक का बाल, देयर आर सम हेयर्स प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द नेसल चेंबर. दोज हेयर्स, दिस सीलिया इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू फिल्टर आउट द एयर. सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू राइट दैट पॉइंट अगेन एज वी हैव रिटन द म्यूकस ट्रैप्स द डस्ट पार्टिकल, है ना. इसमें अगर तुम लोग ब्रॉड करना चाहो तो ये पॉइंट ये सब लिख के the cilia as well as the hairs which is present inside the nasal chamber are also going to block the dust particles from entering our respiratory passage. You can add this point. The third important point is that temperature regulation. When you inspire some air, is not it? If the air is very hot, is not it? If the air is very temperate, then this chamber has that capacity of reducing the temperature of the air and then send it inside. If you visit a very cold place where the air which is blowing around you is very less in temperature, that kind of air can also cause dryness in your respiratory passage. So when you inspire, समझ में आ रहा है ना? जब हम सांस लेते हैं and we take those airs inside which is very cold or something like that, then also this chamber will make the temperature balance. It will make it little bit, है ना, रूम टेम्परेचर के लेवल पे ले आएगा एंड देन अंदर जाने देगा. तो ये जो चेंबर है, ये चेंबर एक और काम क्या करता है? ये चेंबर देता है हम लोगों को टेम्परेचर रेगुलेशन. सो दीज आर द 3 important functions of the nasal chamber. So we have discussed the 2 of the respiratory passage. Now we will move to the other parts. Okay, make notes. सो यहाँ पे देखो नंबर 3 नंबर 4 लिखा है. नंबर 3 है इंटरनल नेयर्स, नेसल चेंबर का पीछे, ठीक है ना. ये जो हमारा नेसल चेंबर है ना, वो पीछे के तरफ जब जाएगा इट विल बी 2 ओनली, है ना. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन इज दैट इफ दिस इज आवर one external layer and this is our another external layer and we are looking it like this from this point of view, तो हम लोग को नाक का 2 ओपनिंग ऐसा दिखाई देगा, ठीक है. तो ये बोला जा रहा है कि ये है एक्सटर्नल लेयर्स, ये है NC नेसल चेंबर जहाँ पे एयर कंडीशनिंग होता है. इज नॉट इट? व्हाट इज द कंडीशनिंग वी नो. इसके पीछे इट विल प्रोजेक्ट लाइक दिस एंड दिस पोर्शन इज कॉल्ड एज इंटरनल लेयर. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो 2, बट there is one bone present behind our like this nasal cavity which is called as a vomer bone. That bone makes these 2 chamber fuse to form one and then this 2 chamber opens like this, then this 2 chamber opens like this into our pharynx. Okay, suppose this is our pharynx, is not it? So this region is called as what? This is called as nasopharynx, which is located behind our uvula. We have discussed about uvula. Uvula के पीछे there is this opening present. This is your pharynx. This is your P pharynx, है ना. मान लेते हैं ये माउथ है ना. तो माउथ का ओपनिंग ऐसे है pharynx में, is not it? Then we have discussed that pharynx has also the opening of our ears. एक ईयर का ओपनिंग इधर, एक ईयर का ओपनिंग इधर, है ना. 2 ईयर का ओपनिंग pharynx में like this, है ना. Then here you will get 2 pipe present like this, is not it? We have discussed about this pipe called as food pipe. Today we do not need to discuss about that. We need to discuss about this which is called as windpipe or trachea. Okay, so we know that the opening of windpipe, that is this region. Now if I draw the windpipe in a little bit bigger way, so this is your windpipe. Consider it to be your trachea or windpipe, is not it? So your windpipe is guarded, the opening of windpipe is guarded here by a structure which is called as glottis. So glottis जो है ये क्या करता है? It guards the opening and closing of W pipe. ठीक है, ऊपर से हम लोग को पता है दिस इज विंड पाइप. आई एम सेइंग दिस इज व्हाट, ग्लॉटिस which will regulate the opening and closing of wind pipe, and here you have another structure like this which is called as epiglottis, a leaf like cartilaginous structure which guards the opening of either wind pipe or foot pipe. If you are breathing, then it will close the foot pipe so that your air which will come out through this nasopharynx will directly enter inside the wind pipe. And if you are eating something, then your wind pipe का section glottis तो बंद ही रहेगा, epiglottis भी उसके ऊपर गिर जाएगा like this, and epiglottis will also close the wind pipe so that your food can directly go into the foot pipe. So epiglottis is a leaf-like cartilaginous structure which guards the opening and closing of either foot pipe or wind pipe, depending upon what action you are doing. If you are swallowing, it will close the wind pipe, and if you are breathing, then it will close the foot pipe. Epiglottis will close the foot pipe. It will allow the wind pipe to stay open. Still, there is another guard beyond the epiglottis, which is called as glottis, present at the anterior part of the trachea, which guards the opening and closing of wind pipe mainly. Okay, उसके ऊपर भी epiglottis है जो wind pipe and foot pipe का regulation करता है. So I hope this point that I have discussed is clear. Okay, ट्रेकिया में ठीक glottis के नीचे, right underneath the glottis, here we will have our voice box present, which we call as larynx. Okay, so you can consider, you can consider this to be that region where there is present our larynx, is not it? This to be the region where we have our voice box larynx present here. Okay, so I'm going to write it like this, larynx, which is our voice box. Okay, now this larynx or voice box has two type of vocal cord. Okay, it has two types of vocal cord. One vocal cord which is present upper, this is one vocal cord, and then we will have another vocal cord like this. So there are two vocal cords present, as you can see. So the red one is called as false vocal cord, and the black one is called as true vocal cord. Okay, so we will write it over here. There is one vocal cord which is called as false vocal cord. This is the red one, and another is called as TVC, माने true vocal cord. This is the black one. Okay, now if you ask me, sir, if both the vocal cords are responsible for producing sound, no, the false vocal cord does not produce a sound, only the vibrations that occurs when we do expiration. Why expiration? देखो, inspiration जब करेंगे, दोनों vocal cord का जो direction है वो किस तरफ है, डाउन साइड में है. So when the air will go inside, at that time no vibration will occur because they are also projected in that direction in which the air will go. But when the air will come up, that is the time when their direction is standing against the flow of that air. So during the expiration, they are standing against the flow of the air, hence there will occur some vibration in this vocal cord which will produce sound, and the muscles of our mouth are going to make words out of that sound, is not it? If I need to say you, I need to make my mouth conical like this, then I can say you, is not it? Sound तो यहाँ से आ रहा है ना, यहाँ से you नहीं बन रहा है, यहाँ से एक uniform sound आ रहा है. The muscles of our tongue, mouth, they are responsible for giving shape, giving, समझ में आ रहा है ना, वो एक word बनाने में मदद कर रहा है ना. So while inspiration, there will occur no vibration in the vocal cord, hence no sound produces during inspiration. But whatever sound we produce, that occurs during expiration, when we throw out the air from our lungs, from our respiratory system. That time the direction of the vocal cords are standing against the direction of the air, is not it? That will create such vibration and that will produce sound. Now false vocal cord, it does not produce a sound. It is a very thick kind of structure, hence इसमें vibration create करना possible नहीं है. जबकि true vocal cord, it is thin in nature, it is thick, it is thin in nature, and whenever the air will go out, there will occur some vibration in this true vocal cord which is going to give rise to the sound. Now if you ask me, sir, तो एक ही vocal cord रहने से होता, सिर्फ true vocal cord रहने से होता, false भी क्यों है? Because false true को protect करता है, plus false keeps the true moistened. False keeps the true moistened, so that our throat, our windpipe does not feels dry, our true vocal cord does not feels dry, because true vocal cord अगर dry हो गया उसको vibration करने में मुश्किल होगा. So true vocal cord to vibrate, it will always have to be kept in a moistened condition, which is ensured by the false vocal cord. So false vocal cord does not produce a sound, but it keeps the true vocal cord moistened, so the true vocal cord can vibrate whenever we want it to vibrate. Whenever we want to produce sound, it will vibrate and then the sound will come out. So this is your larynx, comprises of two vocal cord, false and true. True produces sound, false doesn't. False protects true, false moistens true. Sound will be produced when the air will be expired, not when the air will be inspired, because when the air will be inspired, the direction of the vocal cord is towards that direction of the inspired air, but when the air will be expired, they are standing against, hence vibration will be created and that will produce sound. Okay, so now we will discuss about trachea, and then we will see how trachea goes and it opens into the lungs. Okay, I hope this discussion is clear. Make notes. So यहाँ पे देखो vocal cord जो डिस्कस किया था उसका एक पॉइंट दे दिया है, that vocal cords are well developed in males than in children and female. These are longer and thicker due to the influence of androgen. So male में है ना voice speech it gets lower, when the voice speech in children and female it is higher. So why the voice speech is higher in them? Okay, because they do not have testosterone androgen present in them. When a male hits puberty, testosterone comes in the body, and after that what testosterone does, it makes the vocal cords thicker, and due to the thickness of the vocal cord, the male they develop this Adam's apple. This is called as Adam's apple. This is what a male develops, is not it, which is not present in the female. So when the testosterone will come, it will make the vocal cords thicker, it will make the Adam's apple to project out, as well as the voice pitch of the male will get lower, whereas in case of female, in case of children, it is going to stay higher. Okay, next we are discussing about trachea. So trachea में क्या बोला गया है? It is 10 to 12 centimeter long. Let me draw a trachea over here. Suppose this is your trachea, extending up to mid thoracic cavity. We know that this region is called as thoracic cavity. We have a diaphragm, then this region is called as abdominal cavity, then another diaphragm, then there is this pelvic cavity present. Okay, so this region, this is called as thoracic cavity or chest cavity. It is saying that बीच तक आएगा, this trachea extending from here, it will 10 to 12 centimeter long. It will come somewhere in the middle of the mid thoracic cavity. Then it will divide into two branches. Then it will divide into two branches like this. See, it will divide into two branches like this. Okay, this one will be called as right primary bronchi. This one will be called as लेफ्ट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई. ओके, अगर हम लोग ऐसे देख रहे हैं तो ऐसे विंड पाइप आया, दो में डिवाइड हो गया, तो ये साइड क्या होगा? राइट साइड. तो ये हमारा है, यहाँ पे मैं लिखूंगा राइट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई, ये है हमारा लेफ्ट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई. PRO लिख देता हूँ शॉर्ट फॉर्म, ठीक है ना. तो अभी बोला जा रहा है ये जो मिड थोरासिक कैविटी का कौन सा जगह है जहाँ पे ये डिवाइड हुआ है. सो उसके लिए क्या बोला गया है? देखो, वेर इट डिवाइड्स इनटू राइट एंड लेफ्ट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई एट द लेवल ऑफ फिफ्थ thoracic vertebra. Vertebral column, we have vertebral column present which extends from here, that is from the end of our skull till the pelvic region, is not it? So ये जो हमारा vertebral column है, it is made up of 26 bones. So these 26 bones are called as vertebra. Okay, so our vertebral column, V column, our vertebral column is made up of 26 vertebra. That is 26 bones, is not it? Now 7 of those bones are present in our neck region, so these are called as cervical vertebra. Okay, 12 of them are present in our thoracic region, है ना, ये पीछे ये thoracic region में present है 12. Then abdominal cavity में present है 5. समझ में आ रहा है ना? तो thoracic region में ये जो हमारा thoracic cavity है, how many vertebrae are present in thoracic level? 12. So जो fifth होगा, fifth अगर हम लोग ऊपर से देखें तो समझ में आ रहा है ना, ऊपर से अगर हम लोग देखें तो 1 से लेके 7 ये जो है, दिस विल कम इन द नेक रीजन, सो दे आर कॉल्ड एज सर्विकल वर्टिब्रा. सो सर्विकल वर्टिब्रा को हम लोग क्या कोडिंग से बुला सकते हैं? C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7. देन 8 से लेके है ना, 8 से लेके 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 8 से लेके 19, ये है हमारा नेक्स्ट 12 वर्टिब्रे, जिसको हम लोग क्या बुलाते हैं, जिसको हम लोग बुलाते हैं थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे। सो थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे दे आर 12 इन नंबर्स। ऐसे करके 5 है ना, 19, 20 से लेके 24 ये हो जाएगा हमारा एब्डोमिनल रीजन में। सो दे विल बी कॉल्ड एज लंबर वर्टिब्रे, जो एब्डोमिनल रीजन में प्रेजेंट है। देन देयर इज वन सिंगल कॉल्ड एज सैक्रम एंड देन देयर इज अनदर सिंगल कॉल्ड एज कोकिक्स। ये सब बाद में पता चलेगा। तो देखो प्लस करो 24, 25, 26, ठीक है, तो लाइक दैट, ठीक है ना, 24, 25, 26, तो देखो टोटल 26 वर्टिब्रे हो गया। इस तरीके से अरेंजमेंट में प्रेजेंट है। तो जो T5 है, ये जो थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे जो 12 इन नंबर्स है, ये है 7, ये है 12, ये है 5 एंड नीचे का 2 है सिंगल सिंगल, ठीक है ना। तो ये जो थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे का जो 5th होगा, माने ऊपर से अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 नंबर में आएगा। अगर ऊपर से देखेंगे वर्टिब्रे का एकदम ऊपर से देखेंगे तो 12 नंबर में आएगा। अगर सिर्फ थोरासिक के लेवल पे देखेंगे तो जो 5th थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे होगा, जो 12 नंबर होगा, तो वो होगा, वो है हमारा क्या, एट द लेवल ऑफ 5th थोरासिक वर्टिब्रे, दैट इज T5। ये है हमारा T5। और अगर वर्टिब्रे का लेवल पे देखेंगे तो 12। उस पॉइंट पे आके हमारा जो विंड पाइप है, इट डिवाइड्स इनटू 2 ब्रांचेस कॉल्ड एज राइट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई, लेफ्ट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई। ये जो राइट एंड लेफ्ट प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई है, ये दोनों, बोथ ऑफ दिस ब्रोंकाई विल एंटर इनसाइड द लंग्स। दिस इज योर लंग्स। मैं एक ही बना रहा हूँ, जगह नहीं है, एक ही बना रहा हूँ। तो प्राइमरी ब्रोंकाई will divide. First the trachea will divide into 2 branches called primary bronchi, then primary bronchi will enter inside the lungs. Lungs के अंदर ये primary bronchi further divide होगा into 2 branches. These 2 branches will be called as what? They will be called as secondary bronchi. Secondary bronchi will divide into more branches called as tertiary bronchi. Okay, primary bronchi will divide into 2 branches called secondary bronchi. Secondary bronchi will divide into more branches called tertiary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi will divide into further more branches. Okay, these will be called as bronchioles. bronchioles. Bronchioles will open into a thinner kind of structure. It will open into thinner kind of structure called as alveolar duct. Alveolar duct will have a swollen region. Before opening into the swollen region is called as atria. Atria will open into a balloon like structure called alveoli, and this alveoli is our last end. This alveoli will be well supplied with blood vessel, and whenever the air will reach the alveoli, this alveoli will get in, यानी ये alveoli क्या हो जाएगा, it will, air इसके अंदर आएगा। जब हम लोग सांस लेंगे, देखो external nares, nasal chamber, internal nares, nasopharynx, कहाँ, trachea के through the air will come, through trachea के through air will come, then it will go into primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar duct, atria, alveoli. When the air reaches alveoli, alveoli फूल जाएगा बैलून के जैसा। एंड जब भी ये alveoli फूलेगा बैलून के जैसा, इस alveoli का जो वाल है वो थिन हो जाएगा। हम लोग जब बैलून को फुलाते हैं तब उसका जो वाल होता है, ड्यू टू द एयर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड, उसका वाल एकदम थिन हो जाता है कि नहीं, ठीक है। जब वो खुला हुआ नहीं रहता है तब उसका वाल रहता है थोड़ा सा थिक, लेकिन जब बैलून को हम लोग खुला देंगे तो उसका वाल क्या हो जाएगा, इट विल बिकम थिन, एंड दिस alveoli will be well supplied with blood vessel। माने इस alveoli के एकदम पास से blood vessel पास होगा। तो जब ये alveoli के अंदर एयर आएगा और alveoli फूल जाएगा, तो इसके अंदर से इस blood vessel में क्या आएगा, ऑक्सीजन, और इस blood vessel से इसमें क्या निकलेगा, CO2, gaseous exchange will occur। So alveoli is our last portion of this respiratory system। So now ये मैंने इसलिए कर दिया है so that we know that T5 समझ में आया होगा। Then what are the other parts? Now we will discuss directly about alveoli. Okay, what is alveoli made up of? What are the cells present in alveoli? Then थोड़ा बहुत lungs के बारे में बात करेंगे। And from the primary bronchi entering inside the lungs, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar duct, atria, alveoli, these all things are present inside the lungs। ये जो मैंने गोल करके बनाया है, ये गोल हमारा क्या है, ये गोल है हमारा right lung। And inside this right lung you can see what kind of branching is there, what kind of bronchioles, bronchi are present inside the boundary of the or inside the margin of the lung. So this is how your lung looks like, and this is the leveling which is present in the lungs. Okay. Plus हम लोगों ने एक और चीज पढ़ा था regarding tracheal rings. So this trachea it will have some incomplete C-shaped ring. इस तरीके से कुछ ring present होगा. Okay, and these rings are going to keep the lining of the trachea constant. ठीक है, कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ट्रेकिया बड़ा हो गया, कभी भी ऐसा नहीं होगा ट्रेकिया छोटा हो गया. सपोज तुम दौड़ रहे हो, यू आर रनिंग एंड यू नीड अ लॉट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, सो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि यू नीड अ लॉट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन व्हेन यू आर रनिंग. ओके, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि ट्रेकिया बड़ा हो जाएगा सो दैट एक साथ में तुम ज़्यादा एयर इंस्पायर कर लो. या फिर यू आर स्लीपिंग, यू डू नॉट नीड मच एयर, तो ट्रेकिया छोटा हो जाएगा. अभी मेरे को ज़्यादा एयर नहीं चाहिए, मैं रेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, मैं सो रहा हूँ, तो ट्रेकिया छोटा हो जाए. नहीं, trachea will stay constant, and who is going to keep the trachea constant? Tracheal rings. Tracheal rings are hyaline in cartilage. Types of cartilage में हम लोगों ने ये पढ़ा है. Okay, ठीक है. So these are tracheal rings which will prevent the collapsing of trachea. That means this is going to keep the trachea constant. If you need more air, fasten up your breathing. If you need less air, slow down your breathing. इसलिए whenever we run, our breathing becomes faster because trachea बड़ा नहीं होगा, trachea constant रहेगा. कौन constant रख रहा है? Tracheal rings. जब हम लोग रात को सो रहे हैं, गैसेस कम चाहिए, तब हम लोग क्या करते हैं? स्लो ब्रीदिंग करते हैं. ट्रेकिया छोटा नहीं होगा, ट्रेकिया कांस्टेंट है. यू नीड टू डू द स्लो ब्रीदिंग. एंड हु इज कीपिंग द ट्रेकिया कांस्टेंट? ट्रेकियल रिंग्स विल कीप द ट्रेकिया कांस्टेंट. ट्रेकियल रिंग्स आर प्रेजेंट फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द ट्रेकिया एंड इट विल रन टिल ब्रोंकियोल्स. ये जो ब्रोंकियोल्स है, टिल ब्रोंकियोल्स, दिस ट्रेकियल रिंग्स कैन बी सीन और यू कैन से दिस ट्रेकियल रिंग्स कैन बी फाउंड. एंड ट्रेकियल रिंग्स प्रिवेंट्स द कोलैप्सिंग ऑफ द ट्रेकिया. इट इज लाइन्ड बाय इनकम्प्लीट सी शेप ट्रेकियल रिंग. सी शेप माने समझ में आया ना? यहाँ पे जो मैंने ड्रॉ किया वो ऐसा है. माने इसको अगर मैं घुमा के पीछे से देखूं तो पीछे से ऐसे होगा, खाली, पीछे से खाली. सपोज दिस पेन इज योर ट्रेकिया, दिस इज योर रिंग, रिंग्स आर प्रेजेंट लाइक दिस. पीछे से इट इज नॉट देयर, इट इज नॉट कंप्लीट पीछे से. ठीक है, इसलिए इनकम्प्लीट बोला है. ठीक है, सो आई होप ये समझ में आया है. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट alveoli and then we will discuss little bit about lungs today. तो यहाँ पे देखो हम लोग अभी एल्वियोली के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो एल्वियोली में यहाँ पे पहला पॉइंट, देयर आर 300 मिलियंस ऑफ एल्वियोली प्रेजेंट इन टू लंग्स, दो लंग्स मिला के. द मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ एल्वियोली इज वेरी थिन. व्हाई इट इज थिन वी विल गेट टू नो. इरेगुलर, ठीक है, and richly supplied with blood vessel. Why richly supplied with blood vessel? Because via alveoli the exchange of gases will happen. It is made up of two types of cells, type 1 alveolar cells, type 2 alveolar cells. Type 1 alveolar cells comprises 90 to 95% of total cells. ठीक है, these are what? Some squamous cell that allows exchange of gases. Type 2, these are some specialized squamous cells, roughly granular and cuboidal. Why? Because these cells cannot be flat. If they become flat, they cannot do some kind of production or secretion. These cells will have to do some kind of secretion. Hence, they are some specialized squamous cells. They are squamous cells, but they are granular or cuboidal in shape. Hence, they will be doing some kind of secretion. Type 2 alveolar cell shows pluripotency. That means they have the ability of producing the type 1 alveolar cell if required. कभी अगर टाइप 1 एल्वियोलर सेल डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है या डैमेज हो जाता है तो ये इसको बना सकता है. तो ये एक प्रॉपर्टी है. दूसरा प्रॉपर्टी, दैट टाइप 2 एल्वियोलर सेल रिलीजेस अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सब्सटेंस कॉल्ड लेसिथिन व्हिच डिक्रीजेस सरफेस टेंशन within the alveoli. It will prevent the collapsing of the alveoli, decrease the surface tension and surface tension, comma हम लोग ऐसे लिखेंगे, prevents the collapsing of alveoli. ठीक है, prevents the collapsing of alveoli. अभी ये जो भी अभी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया, इसको अगर हम लोग समझे, ठीक है ना, अच्छे से अगर हम लोग समझे तो ये ऊपर का जो है वो तुम लोग पॉज करके इसको लिख लो. मैं ऊपर का ये मिटा देता हूँ, एल्वेओली का जो ये ऊपर लिखा, बिकॉज आई नीड टू मेक सम डायग्राम. तो यहाँ पे बोला जा रहा है ये हमारा ये ऐसे ऐसे, ठीक है, ये ऐसे करके ये हमारा एल्वियोलर डक्ट, दिस इज आवर एट्रिया एंड वी नो दिस इज आवर एल्वियोल. ओके, but this atria and alveoli initially they are like this. Initially this is like this. Okay, but when the air will come, when the air comes inside, Okay, when the air will come inside, that incoming of the air will have to, so when the air will come inside, जब air अंदर आएगा तो air का incoming will make the type 2 cell realize that अभी टाइम आ गया है कि मुझको क्या करना पड़ेगा, लेसिथिन रिलीज करना पड़ेगा. Release of that lecithin is going to help in converting this structure into this. Okay, लेसिथिन क्या करेगा, ये जो इरेगुलर बाउंड्रीज है उसको रेगुलर करेगा, ठीक है, उसको एक प्रॉपर फैशन में लाएगा, सो दैट जो एयर है वो एयर आके यूनिफॉर्मली इसके अंदर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो सके, एंड एल्वियोली जो है वो यूनिफॉर्मली इट कैन एक्सपांड. ओके, यूनिफॉर्मली एक्सपांड हो, क्योंकि जब यूनिफॉर्मली एक्सपांड होगा तो एयर हर एक कोना कोना ऑफ द एल्वियोली तक जाएगा, एंड blood vessels can be present here, blood vessel can be present here, blood vessel can be present here, it can be present here, or it can be present here, है ना. Wherever the blood vessel is present, when the alveoli will get inflamed, when the alveoli will get खुलेगा in a uniform manner, at that time the air can go into any blood vessel, the air can do the gaseous exchange into any blood vessel, है ना. So this lining of the alveoli has two types of cell. One is called type 1 alveolar cell, and बीच में there is present type 2 alveolar cell. Type 2 alveolar cell air आने से लेसिथिन छोड़ता है, जो surface tension को reduce करेगा, जिसके वजह से the wall uniformly खुलेगा, and blood vessel present anywhere can do the gaseous exchange with the alveoli. So that is the function of lecithin. It decreases surface tension, helps in uniform inflammation of the इन्फ्लेमेशन से मैं फूलना बोल रहा हूँ, जलना नहीं, यूनिफॉर्म इन्फ्लेमेशन ऑफ द एल्वियोली एंड सुइटेबल गैसियस एक्सचेंज. अगर यहाँ पे लेसिथिन रिलीज नहीं होता तो एयर जो है वो आके क्या करता, सीधा ऐसे स्ट्राइक करता, और स्ट्राइक करने से एक साइड ज़्यादा फूलता, दूसरा साइड नहीं फूलता, उस तरीके से एल्वियोली पे प्रेशर गिरता, और उस प्रेशर से कोई कहीं भी एक तरफ, जिस तरफ एयर आके हिट करेगा उस तरफ क्या होने का चांस था, बर्स्ट होने का चांस था, एल्वियोली फूटा हो जाता है, एल्वियोली फूट जाता है, ठीक है ना. तो वो अभी नहीं होगा लेसिथिन के वजह से. सो दैट इज व्हाट द टाइप 2 एल्वियोलर सेल डज. एंड इफ यू आस्क मी, सर ये जो टाइप 1 एल्वियोलर सेल है, अगर मैं इस लाइनिंग को थोड़ा जूम करके दिखाऊं तो बेसिकली ऐसा ये लाइनिंग हम लोग को दिखेगा, ऐसा दिखेगा, देखो ऐसा दिखेगा. ये सब मैं फ्लैट सेल्स ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, दीज आर टाइप 1. तो टाइप 1 के बीच में ऐसा पोर्स है, ठीक है ना, उन पोर्स के थ्रू ही गैसियस एक्सचेंज होगा. दीज पोर्स आर कॉल्ड एज पोर्स ऑफ कोन, KOHN, ओके, विच आर प्रेजेंट इन बिटवीन द टाइप 1 एल्वियोलर सेल, है ना, टाइप 1 एल्वियोलर सेल. एंड हम लोग देखेंगे बीच में कहीं पे अचानक ऐसा सेल भी बीच में कहीं पे प्रेजेंट होगा, ऐसा सेल बीच में ऐसा सेल भी प्रेजेंट होगा. ये हो जाएगा टाइप 2, ठीक है, जिसका प्रेजेंस बहुत कम है, ठीक है, जिसका प्रेजेंस बहुत कम है. ये मैं एक एल्वियोली को थोड़ा सा जूम करके तुम लोगों को दिखा रहा हूँ, सो दैट तुम लोग समझो कि टाइप 1 टाइप 2 ये सब कैसे प्रेजेंट है, ठीक है ना. टाइप 1 टाइप 2 कैसे प्रेजेंट है, ऐसे ठीक है. ज़्यादा नहीं करूँगा, अलग अलग पेन यूज़ करके ड्रॉ करने में टाइम बहुत लगता है, लाइक दैट, है ना. ठीक है, तो ये सब जो सेल्स मैंने ड्रॉ किया है, ये सब हो गया तुम्हारा टाइप 1, जिसके बीच का जो पोर है, बिकॉज हमको पता है स्क्वामोस सेल्स के बीच में पोर होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पोर्स ऑफ कोन, जिसके थ्रू गैसियस एक्सचेंज होगा विद द नियर बाई ब्लड वेसल, है ना. वो थ्रू द स्क्वामोस सेल्स भी होगा, एंड स्क्वामोस सेल्स के बीच में पोर्स है, उसके थ्रू और फास्ट होगा. स्क्वामोस सेल के थ्रू भी होगा बिकॉज दे आर फ्लैट सेल्स, ठीक है, उनके थ्रू डिफ्यूजन हो सकता है, हम लोगों ने ये पढ़ा है टिश्यू चैप्टर में. तो सेल्स के थ्रू भी होगा, या ऐसे भी गैसियस एक्सचेंज होगा, और इन पोर्स के थ्रू बेटर होगा. सो टाइप 1 के बीच का पोर्स का नाम पोर्स ऑफ कोन. एंड ये जो ब्लैक में मैंने 2 ग्रेन्युलर टाइप का ड्रॉ किया है, दीज आर टाइप 2, जिसका काम है वो टाइप 1 को भी बना सकता है ज़रूरत पड़ने से, as well as it releases lecithin which will decrease the surface tension inside the alveoli, and decreasing that surface tension will help in uniform distribution of the gases inside the alveoli, uniform inflammation of the alveoli, making the gaseous exchange of the alveoli with any blood vessel which is present nearby. अगर यूनिफॉर्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नहीं होता तो एयर आके सिर्फ ये जगह को ही खुला देता, जिसके वजह से एल्वियोली डैमेज होने का भी चांस था, क्योंकि वो सिर्फ एक ही पॉइंट पे खुल रहा है, एंड सिर्फ यहाँ का जो ब्लड वेसल है उसी के साथ गैसेस एक्सचेंज होगा। कोई ब्लड वेसल बोले यहाँ प्रेजेंट है उसके साथ नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि वो एरिया तो खुला ही नहीं। ठीक है, सो आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड द टाइप 1 एंड टाइप 2 थिंग। नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द lungs, like what is the structure of the lungs, what are the compartments of the lung, and then we will move into the mechanisms of breathing. Okay, mid notes.